Welcome to today's Baked Beauty Commentations video. I don't think commentations is a word, but it's what popped out. So that's what we're going with, commentations. Commentary is probably the appropriate word. Today we're going to be talking about Dan from H3H3 Productions' second temper tantrum. And this temper tantrum it just resulted in Rich Lux being banned from the H3H3 channel. But it kind of builds off of what is known as what I call his first temper tantrum. So, yes, and I am calling them temper tantrums on purpose. So, because of just like the way that I process and do things, sometimes I'm a couple days behind the drama, the tea, and usually that's a fine because I just make YouTube videos for fun on things that I would like to share my opinion about, or things that I enjoy doing, or like my project pan for my makeup is kind of like to keep me on track. I kind of use my YouTube channel as a way to express opinions that I know nobody in my like immediate area is going to be interested in. Like my husband, I talk his ear off all the time, and bless his soul, he still watches my videos. I love you. But I do use this as a way to get out thoughts and opinions on things where I don't really have anybody to talk to about them. And then for the beauty portion, I just kind of use it as a way to hold myself accountable to use all of the makeup that I'm purchasing. And so my YouTube channel is just for me to kind of like explore and do that. That's all it is. And if you're here for it, you're here for it. If you're not, you're not. And that's fine. But that also means that you're going to get videos like this, where I'm going to be doing commentary on a platform that has millions of subscribers, which is a little scary. But I don't really care, because what I have to say I feel is important enough that it should be said. And that is, Dan needs to grow up. He needs to go to therapy, and he needs to look inwards, and he needs to learn how to accept criticism, how to accept critique, and he needs to grow as a person. That is the thesis of this commentary. He needs to grow as a person, and I will be providing evidence, because that is the type of person I am. The H3H3 crew all need to do a little growing, in my opinion, because they do encourage these sort of juvenile, childish behaviors that lead to people not being able to take criticism, and will eventually lead, in my opinion, to larger problems down the line. Now, everything I do talk about is my opinion. I think I've made that very, very clear. The H3 highlights posted a 7-minute video titled Dan Bans Rich Lux. And within like the first 30 seconds of it, Ethan is like, this isn't a shit on Rich Lux video. That's exactly what that little segment turned into. I get that it's only 7 minutes, but that's 7 minutes where Dan was leading the charge on shitting on another content creator that until that moment you thought everything was fine with. Does that make, like, Ethan says this during that clip. I thought we were cool. He thought that the H3 guys and Rich Lux were cool. And Rich Lux, as far as I understand, has no animosity towards the H3 crew. I did watch Rich's video on that, and he makes a lot of really good points. And I watched the original highlights clip, that's 7 minutes. Adam McIntyre also did a video on it. I watched his video. He makes a lot of really good points. I wanted to see both sides, and then the only reason I knew about it is because of Adam's video. I saw Adam's video first, and I was like, weird, but like maybe whatever. I didn't really think anything of it. And then I saw Rich Lux's video, and I was like, okay, what the fuck? And then I watched the original 7 minutes that Dan or somebody so graciously clipped and posted to their highlights so that they could gain more views off their mistreatment of Rich, so they could get more money that way. I see the game you're playing, and it's fine. Get that coin. This started months ago, I think. It's so long ago, because and nobody cared. Nobody fucking cared anymore. It started out with like James Charles showing his Amazon purchase history and Ethan seeing adult diapers and making the assumption that because James Charles bought adult diapers, he was a bottom, and he was just getting anally pounded so much that he had anal leakage and needed diapers. There's a variety of reasons that somebody could use adult diapers, aside from that awful imagery that I just put in your head. A piss fetish is one of them. I do know that you can, like some people use them for dogs. I don't know if James Charles has a dog, but like, you put diapers on your dog sometimes if they're having issues going to the bathroom or something. Like, there are a variety of reasons to buy them. My brain goes to piss fetish just because, like, I am a sex worker. So that is something where, that is something that does come up in my life. That does come up with clients where they're like, I want you to pee in my mouth, or I want this. And it's like, okay, am I willing to do that? Am I not? But that is a different conversation for a different day. So there are a variety of reasons why an adult could be purchasing adult diapers, and the fact that they went through to possibly one of the most degrading descriptions of why, in my opinion, degrading the way that they described it, was just not cool. And a lot of their viewers agreed. A lot of their viewers were like, hey, that's not cool. You can't assume that that's why he's buying them. And they actually had a caller call in to talk about how that was inappropriate. How talking about those things and making those assumptions is inappropriate. And they decided to press farther into the inappropriate realm by just completely disrespecting their caller's personal boundaries and asking them if they were a bottom because they had a more feminine way of talking as a gay man. And when the guy was like, I'm not comfortable talking about that, I'm not going to answer that question, Dan, Ethan, the rest of them were like, it's fine because we know. No, you don't. Go fuck yourself. You don't know. That was the original situation, and Dan lost his temper, which is why I call it a temper tantrum. He lost his temper. He started screaming at the subscribers to fuck off, shut up, unsubscribe. If you're too sensitive, get the fuck off the stream. That kind of a thing. He might not have used as many F-bombs as I did, but you get the idea. He was not pleased. As commentary and drama channels do, they made videos about it. Rich Lux made videos. Adam McIntyre made a video. I believe Peter Mon made a video. Spillcess made a video. I think Hot Team made a video. So many different commentary and drama channels made a video on this because everybody was like, that's not cool. That's kind of the way you were behaving has homophobic undertones. That doesn't mean you're homophobic. I don't think anybody actually called Dan or Ethan homophobic. I think they just said that the way they were behaving was homophobic, particularly when later Dan did a very nasally, feminine voice, saying something like, it's so disappointing. So it's kind of like, okay, so it could be seen that by doing that voice, you were mocking the caller because the caller had what sounded very feminine for it. They spoke in a very feminine way. Like, that's fine. It's not a problem. But when Dan did the voice, that's when people were like, all right, dude, you need to fucking stop. So that is my best recollection of the original incident, was that shit show. And it so easily could have been avoided. But anyways. So drama channels reported on it. Whatever. Lots of people do clickbait. It's a thing. Everybody clickbaits. Ace Fest happened this last weekend, I think. Weekend before. Last weekend. And Rich Lux and Mad Catster went and they got kicked out. So, of course, because H3 Productions is a commentary channel, they were covering Ace Fest and what happened. Dan brings up what Adam refers to as the gay situation with the caller. And because Rich Lux and Mad Catster referred to themselves as press, because they kind of are. They cover pop culture things related to YouTubers and, just pop culture in general. I only really know Mad Catster from his Ace Family coverage, but I know he does do other videos. I just haven't looped into those yet because anyways. And then Rich Lux covers a bunch of different stuff, from celebrities to YouTubers and a bunch of different stuff related to pop culture. So for them to refer to themselves as press is not ridiculous. And I didn't actually hear them refer to themselves as press. I heard the security say, we don't want press here, as assuming that Rich Lux and Mad Catster were. But when Rich Lux and Mad Catster were getting kicked out of Ace Fest, they were asked, what do they do? And Rich Lux told them, pop culture, celebrity gossip, that kind of stuff. So Dan brings up the gay situation, and he brings up that Rich had made multiple videos on it, and that he was trying to cancel Ethan. He was trying to cancel us. You do the same thing in your content. You guys shit on people all of the time. I mean, Dan even says in the 7-minute clip of him banning Rich Lux, I like to shit talk. Well, honey, if you like to shit talk, unclutch your pearls. Because if you're going to be doing it, you need to be able to take it. And as far as I can tell right now, you can't. Dan really leads the brigade in the, let's trash Rich Lux segment of this. He specifically reads out disparaging comments, calling him poor Lux, calling him Reach Lux, and complaining about his clickbait and how he just lies. And then I just remembered that, weren't these the same motherfuckers that clickbaited the authentic, real return of Frenemies with Trisha Paytas a week ago? But instead it was Oliver Tree. They had the whole pink and black mic. They did the full Frenemies setup to just have it be another H3 podcast with Oliver Tree as the guest. So I don't really think you can get on somebody else's ass about clickbaiting when you've pulled that stunt and you do the clickbaits as well. I'm doing this and I don't know why. Yeah. Maybe it's because I'm trying to I've sectioned that thought off and now I'm done with it. Now I'm all right, that one is done. We're moving on. We're moving on past the clickbaity. AB says, I don't want to get dragged into this. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to But then he proceeds to talk about how Dan is such an ally. Now, the fact that you decided to butt in means that you wanted to be part of the conversation. I want to have a conversation, which is why I'm making this video. I'd like to have a conversation with somebody about this that actually knows the players involved, not just my poor partner. I do find it strange. I'm not the only one. This is straight out of Adam McIntyre's video as well. Like, how is a straight man going to know how much of an ally another straight man is? If you're not part of the community, if you're not in the thick of it, if you're not in the weeds, how do you know how much of an ally somebody is? And you can say, oh, well, because I know them, they're my friend. And it's like, okay, what actions do they do that lead you to believe that they are an ally of allies? Like they are an ally, capital A ally. Like, that is my question. Where is that? Because right now we just have him having some bad behavior that is mildly homophobic, and now him throwing temper tantrums because he can't take criticism. And now he has brought it up again because, I don't know, either he wants attention, or he can't take criticism, or he wants to rewrite what happened to make the drama and the other commentary channels, because remember, H3 is a commentary channel, to make them the bad guys. So I'm really confused why this was brought up. It had nothing to do with Matt Catster and Rich Lux getting kicked out of the Ace Fest. It was just something that Dan brought up because he's salty about it, as far as I can tell. And that is something that Adam also says, is it's like the drama, and he would know better than I, as somebody who is a well-known, very popular, very connected drama channel, that the drama community hadn't really been talking about it anymore. Like, no, I haven't seen it. Nobody's been talking about it behind the scenes. Like, it happened. People passed their critiques. H3 seemed receptive to the critiques. And everybody was like, all right, you've accepted the critiques that we've given you. We're going to move on. And now Dan has brought it up again. And that just confuses me. The other thing is, I don't really understand why H3 is always like peace and love, when at the end of that segment, they were celebrating that Dan banned Rich Lux for no reason other than he doesn't like Rich. So I'm kind of like, you want to say peace and love and positivity and all that kind of stuff, but you're actively celebrating banning somebody because your producer's salty. Your producer, who is a public figure, who is not immune to critiquing and scrutiny. Like, I'm so confused. I'm just confused, because none of this shows to me that anybody on that crew actually cared about the original situation and why people were upset in the first place. And they're still mad that they got called out for it. Particularly Dan, because he's the one that brought it up. And then everybody else just jumped in on it and was like, yeah, fuck Rich Lux, and fuck this, and blah. And Dan's an ally, and Dan's the man. And it's like, not really. He was rude to your subscribers and your memberships. He mocked one of them. Then, on this video, like 2 or 3 days ago, he's shitting on another one, a supporter, because Rich Lux, if I remember, loved the H3 Productions, and he enjoyed watching their content. So I'm kind of like, okay, so you've shit on another one of your subscribers. Now you're celebrating that you were shitting on him, and you're just gonna move on like that's okay. that behavior's okay. It's not okay. You did something wrong. You got called out for it. Now, you can sit there and be like, I didn't do anything wrong, and he's just trying to cancel me, and he's just trying to cancel Ethan. But you're going to keep having these moments. Or you could have done what you let everybody believe you did in the first place, which is examine the critique that you were given, examine yourself, examine your behavior, and see where you can improve on it. We're not perfect. We all make mistakes. We all fuck up. But if you just sit there and you go, I've done nothing wrong, when very clearly you're being told that you hurt a lot of people, it doesn't matter what you think. The fact is, you hurt people. You hurt them. And you need to make amends. And you make amends by fixing the problem. And the problem is that Dan can't take criticism, and the rest of the crew is just encouraging it, and they need to grow the fuck up. They just, yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I'm quite angry about this I don't know. Something about this just hit like the angry button in me and has just made me be like, no, you can't do that. You just can't. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I would like to know. I would like to talk to some other people and hear other opinions about this, because that's how we learn and grow, is we hear other opinions and we talk to people that have differing views or just see things differently than us. That's it. I'm gonna go smoke a bowl and call it a day.